Let's talk about dopamine. What is it? Dopamine is a pleasure hormone. It's associated with activities that you do, meaning that if you do an activity and you feel awesome, it means that your pleasure hormone is released. It's one of the main components when it comes to your productivity. Dopamine can either be your foe or act as an ally. But these days, our dopamine is hijacked by the internet. Every time you look at your smartphone, your dopamine gets released. Your attention is hooked to notification, messages, and even whenever you watch different videos, any type of videos. The same goes indeed when you involve yourself with eating junk food. But here's a limitation: the same buzz that your brain feels whenever you consume something sweet, your brain gets used to it. The same goes when you spend your time on the internet. A tolerance gets developed here. You don't feel the same buzz by watching just a single video. You want to watch as many videos as you can to feel that same buzz that you felt for the first time. Your brain loves novelty, meaning new things, and there are plenty of such things available on the internet. The same concept applies when you eat junk food. You want more and more to feel the same stimulation or happiness that you felt when you ate that thing for the first time. The word here is tolerance. Can you put down your mobile phone? Are you bombarded by the news all the time? Are you able to trim down the information that you receive online? To make the boring interesting, you need to understand that your dopamine gets secreted the most whenever you are consuming instead of producing. This is the key here. First, you have to shift to that mindset of producing rather than consuming all the time, whether it's the information or the junk food. Be aware of what you are letting into your life. This way, you will understand that your reward system is messed up. Your dopamine gets released whenever you watch some videos or scroll through your messages rather than sitting in one place and doing your work. But sometimes you do your work and you want to be productive, but you end up taking breaks that involves so much rush of dopamine that it overwhelms the dopamine that was produced while you were doing your task. In other words, if your break becomes more fun than your work, how can you be productive? How can you be competitive with yourself? What does progress mean to you? Now, what's the solution? You have to first accept that your dopaminergic reward system is messed up and that you have to link your pleasure with productivity. It means that whenever you take a break, don't consume too much information, meaning indulging in too much dopamine that gets released whenever you take a break from your work. Instead, let your break be boring. Go out for a walk instead of looking at your phone or consuming, something sweet. Stare at a wall. Sit and do some stretching. Avoid multitasking and embrace singular tasks that stretch for a longer period of time. This is how you arrive at a flow state. And this is how you make the boring interesting. It's not easy and it will require effort. In other words, it's also called dopamine detox. Many people take retreats for it. And if you are serious about your goals, work on your reward sensitivity. Instead of looking at your phone every now and then, channel that energy somewhere else. It means toward your goal. Take boring breaks so that your mind can get used to that habit of releasing dopamine through your work. Again, this is not going to be easy because we have been taught to consume, consume, and consume. So, let's discover who we are by making this hormone inside our brain called dopamine act as our ally rather than as our foe. I hope this video is helpful to you, and this topic might seem boring to you, but I think it's one of the most important things that you can do for yourself to be more productive and to be more great. So, take care.